Monday, welcome in, welcome in. Good to have you. We got some shipping to do. We got a grand total of 24 orders going out the door. Tail of the tape, we got 9 eBay, 9 Poshmark, and 6 Amazon. 0 Mercari. No Mercari at all this weekend, so go figure. It was funny because Mercari was actually pretty busy for a good part of last week. When I mean busy, I was getting like a sale or two a day. But anyway, 24 orders going out the door from the last 48 hours. We ship 6 days a week. So the last day we shipped was Saturday, early afternoon. Hope you had a good weekend. We certainly did. We certainly did. As always, let me know down below in the chat. If you're watching live, let me know what we're going to ship first. Is it going to be eBay? Is it going to be Poshmark? Or is it going to be Amazon? You're in charge. You're in charge. Of those Amazon, we only have 2 of the Amazons to ship. The other 4 sold FBA, which means Amazon is fulfilling those orders. So we have 2 that are FBM that we do got to fill this morning. Good afternoon, or this afternoon, I should say. Good afternoon, good afternoon. A little later than I normally go live, usually around noontime or shortly after noon, but here we are at 1:30. What's up, Frenchie? How are you, buddy? How's the weather in Paris, brother? Let me know down below. Okay, we got TIG all day says eBay first. Okay, cool. We got 9 orders on eBay, so we'll start there. Let's get these shipping labels printed out. We'll also have a little bit of fun today, too. We'll do something a little bit different. We just got our first batch of the fall seasonal light roast from Honduras. This was just roasted on Thursday for the first time, and actually the beans just showed up in Black Mountain on Wednesday. So we were actually waiting for the fall roast. We were hoping to have it a couple of weeks ago, but shipping the beans from Honduras freight took a little longer than expected. So it came in Wednesday, got roasted on Thursday. So I'm going to pop open the first bag that I've gotten of this. It's roasted. We're going to pop it open. Kim's going to brew some up. And then once it's done, I'll do a first tasting and kind of give you my impressions of it. I haven't tried it yet. Again, this was just roasted Thursday. This is the peak season light roast, and it's the fall seasonal. So this one's from Honduras, and it's got to have tasting notes supposedly of caramel and vanilla with a nice creamy finish. So I'm going to open this up right now for the first time, hand this over to Kim, let her take it from there, but I'm going to get some smell here. Ooh, those smell delicious. It's hard to, you can't really smell from the beans what it's going to taste like. But it's still delicious to smell. Hey, Funnier Collective, how are you? I saw a message from you. I got to get back to you. Anyway, we're handing this off to Kim. It smells delicious. Kim's going to grind up those beans, and she's going to brew it in the. We have a French press. That's where we do all our brewing is out of the French press. It smells great. Comes right through the smell-o-vision here, right? Hope everyone's having a good Monday. We're going to jump into shipping now. We'll do a little bit of shipping, a little bit of coffee today. What's up, Kimo? If you want to check out the coffee, go to chris@peak.com. You can read about the coffee, where it's from. Everything's fair trade. It's organic. And this is a single origin coffee. So it all comes from one small farm in Honduras. It's the small farm of Alfonso Nolasco. So we're excited about it. We always launch a new coffee roast, a light roast every season. So fall is here. The leaves are changing here in Asheville. Live brewing, kind of. She's brewing it in the background. You might even hear her grinding it up here in a second. What's up, Chemo? Beth's in the house. Tej, what's up, Tej? Sorry, I missed your comments as you rolled in. I see them now. All right, eBay first. Let's print off some shipping labels. There's the grinding. It's happening. I don't know if you can hear that. So many noises. Now we're printing labels, too. All the noises. Live brewing. What is up? What's up? Do you still have delays in shipping, or is everyone getting there? No, I still have a ton of delays in shipping, Tej. A lot of delays in shipping. At one point last week, grinding is done. At one point last week, I think I had 8 orders that were 8 days or longer in shipping, all via USPS, which is crazy because I had priority orders that were on 12 days. Priority is supposed to be 2 to 3 days. And I had stuff that was on 12 days that hadn't been delivered. So chaos. Let me know down below in the chat if you're having some USPS issues. And it's not just like local to me. I have packages in Texas, in California, in Utah, even some in South Carolina, North Carolina. I'm trying to think where else. I had one in Miami that was delayed too. And I actually refunded that customer because it's been so long. So all kinds of issues. It's been crazy. All right, let's dig into these eBay orders. We got 9 of them going out the door. This is a great place to ask questions, great place to see exactly what's selling, how much I'm getting for items, that sort of thing. It is fall, so we are seeing orders. We are seeing all kinds of stuff go out the door. So today I have a couple of blazers. I have a lot of long sleeve button down shirts. I have some golf polos, which is more of a summer item. I have a puffer, like goose down puffer vest, some jeans. Actually, I have a good bit of golf polos, actually. A t-shirt. What else do we have over here? Some golf pants. So kind of everything sells this time of year. Swimsuits and that sort of thing will slow down. Tank tops will slow down. Flip-flops will slow down. But pretty much everything else is on right now. Do they discount priority when they delay? No, they do not. How do you get tags on the items? How do you get tags on the items you find? Just one flip. I'm not sure what, I don't think I understand that question. How do you get tags on the items you find? Maybe you could rephrase that and I'll understand that one. Had some issues with everything that went through Atlanta a couple weeks ago. Interesting, Bethany. Thanks for sharing. I'm not sure if I had Atlanta issues or not, but sorry to hear that. Let's get this first order going out the door. First one is for Yosef. So we got a nice summertime item here. I guess you can wear t-shirts all year round, but we got a t-shirt going out. A Psycho Bunny t-shirt going to Yosef. Brand new with the tags. Retail on this is $65. You can see the logo right there. Psycho Bunny t-shirt. I had a whole bunch of these. I still have some, but they've been selling. This sold for $40. The buyer paid shipping. Buyer paid $5.95 shipping. It's going to USPS Ground Advantage, and that shipping label cost me $5.15 through by buying that label through eBay. And it's going in one of these 9x12 poly bags here. If you have any questions about shipping, eBay, let's get them in the chat. Love answering those questions. We had a lot of questions and a lot of conversation last week. I had fun. I do this every Monday. I give you a good live, honest glimpse into what's going on in my business. And it's a good place to ask questions and just learn and just hang out too. If you're a reseller, if you're back home shipping or getting stuff listed, love to hear from you too. And I love hearing about your sales. Drop some fun. If you had a fun sale, something you're excited about from the weekend or something that you found, let me know down below in the chat. We like to hear about that stuff too. What I said was if you buy new items, they have tags normally. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not putting tags onto the items, if that's the question. I get the feeling that's probably not the question though. If you get a seasonal clothing item offered, do you normally negotiate within reason or do you just sell it to move it out of your inventory? Renee, it would totally depend. Like when you say seasonal, I mean, it depends. If right now, if it's like a swimsuit, I'm going to be more aggressive with, like, I'm going to take more aggressive offers on a swimsuit because there's a good chance that that swimsuit could sit around until the spring. Swimsuits sell all year round. They'll just really, they'll slow down. You'll see your sell-through rate drop this time of year and through the winter time. Obviously, people still buy them. They go on vacation, but something like that, that's super seasonal. Yeah, I'll accept a lower price on that. If it's a really like in-demand brand right now, like a golf pole, I'm still selling like G4s for really good prices right now because this is a really high-end brand. But lower-end brands like a Callaway, I might take more aggressive offers on those. But we'll still see golf polo selling season for another couple months. It'll slow down a little bit, but we'll still see polos selling right up through November. Chemo sales picked up nice, just like your personal almanac said. It's always September 15th is usually, give or take, is usually when things start to stabilize and sort of take off and be more consistent. I had a pretty slow weekend, though, all things considered, for my business, but a little bit below average. Particularly Saturday was really slow, but Sunday kind of bounced back, and today's been okay. That would be a heck of a trick. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Chemo? How are you, bud? I'm glad to hear those sales are bouncing back. All right, first one's out the door, that Psycho Bunny. Next up is an order for Matthew. Matthew got one of our 2 blazers going out the door. I'll actually unfold this and show it to you. I get a lot of questions about blazers. So this one right here, I'll show you the logo first, or the label brand, Bonobos. I don't pick up a lot of Bonobos. I never pick up their shirts, almost never. And their pants I'll occasionally pick up still if I can get them cheap enough. But the blazers, I basically pick up almost anything from Bonobos blazers if it's in good condition and if it's less than $10. So this one right here has a Lanificio Camaro Flexo, which is like made in Italy fabric, which is a little bit more desirable. Anyhow, this one sold for $59, which is pretty typical for what I'll get for a wool Bonobos. The size on this is 48R. Not really. It's a modern cut, modern lapel and all that stuff. It's not a really crazy pattern. It's pretty subdued. But again, Bonobos, I pretty much always pick it up. Even cotton ones I'll buy and sell from Bonobos, which are typically less desirable for blazers. So $59 on this one. I paid $8 for this at a thrift store, and it sold for $59, and the buyer paid $9.95 shipping on this. It's going to Arlington, Virginia. The shipping label is only going to cost $6.26 on this. So people get scared of like shipping like heavier clothing items. This will ship at a 2-pound rate, $6.26. Ground advantage. There's something in this pocket, I feel like. Am I mistaken? Let me see. Thought I felt something in the pocket. No? Oh, maybe it's this pocket. Sales did pick up. He had one sale, new with tag. Where do you get the majority of your merch? Thrift stores, garage sales, and estate sales, and retail clearance. So what do we got in here? This was in the pocket. Oh, it's just the extra buttons from Bonobos in there. I was hoping for like $100 bill or something, but the pockets, the buttons, that'll do. I always fold these blazers inside out too. It just kind of protects the stuff that you want to protect, including the buttons and whatever. I'm going to put this in a 14 by 20 poly bag, a little bigger than my normal ones for blazers and like winter jackets and that sort of thing. I'd love to hear about your sales too. What was a fun flip you had over the weekend? Something you're excited about? I'm going to show you all of mine. You can tell me about one of yours. And if you missed the beginning too, Kim is brewing right now the first batch of the fall light roast, the fall seasonal light roast, which just got roasted on Thursday. It's from Honduras. I haven't tasted it yet, so this will be a first tasting. Kim is firing it up as we speak. This is going to Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. And again, the shipping label on this is going to be $6.26. It's because it's only going from Asheville, North Carolina to Arlington, Virginia. I fold all mine like that since I saw you do that many moons ago. I learned that from a guy named Adam Stanley. Adam is a reseller, does kind of more hard goods, that sort of thing. But he used to work at a men's warehouse. So when I first started picking up blazers back in 2020, when I started playing around with suits and blazers, and I asked him, like, how do you ship these things? And he did a video about it and showed me that way. And that's still the way I fold it. There's other ways to fold your blazer. If you do it differently than me, you're probably doing it right too. And that's okay. That's okay. All right. Second sale out the door. We got a bunch to go still. We got, what did I say? A grand total of 24 orders. So we got 22 left. Next up is going to Cindy. Cindy got a Ralph Lauren, just a basic bread and butter piece right here. Sell these all the time. This one's a Yarmouth, which is a relaxed fit. The size is 17.5, 34, 35. When the tag has a number size on these, that's the neck and the sleeve measurement. I always put a letter measurement too in parentheses. So this one measured like a 2XL. So I wrote 17.5, 34, 35, parentheses 2XL in that item title. So that somebody who's looking specifically for a 17.5 will find it, but also somebody who's looking for a 2XL will look it up and find it. And I put all the measurements in the listing too, so people can see if it's going to be the right fit for them. So this Ralph Lauren sold for $18 on a best offer on eBay. I paid $5 for it at a thrift store. And this is going to Cindy in Alabama. It's going to USPS Ground Advantage. The shipping label will be $4.38. Going from Asheville, North Carolina to Daphne, Alabama. It's getting warm here in this office. Is it me or is it warm in here, Kim? I didn't necessarily say turn it up, but I was just saying, are you warm too? No, just me? We got some AC anyway. Thank you, Cindy. Just a bread and butter sale out the door. Polo Ralph Lauren shirt right there. Next up is a bundle. I got 3 items going out the door, all to the same buyer. Grand total on this is 31, 40, 45, 45.50 plus 16 shipping. 6 plus 18 shipping. So this guy's all in for $64 all in on this, including shipping. So we got Polo Ralph Lauren, nice pattern on this one, men's size extra large. We got Orvis, nice window pane check pattern on this one, size extra large. And Orvis, size extra large, nice like gingham pattern print on this one. So bread and butter items for me, all the same size. Buyer came in and made offers on all 3. It's going to be $63. The shipping label on these 3 is going to be $9.17 altogether. I think it'll fit in one of these. What's up, Jessica? How are you? Thanks for popping in. And as always, if you're all these lives are available as a recording too. So if you're popping in, popping out, you're at work or the kids are running around or whatever, or you're maybe in between thrift stores, you can watch this whole thing back. The recordings are available on YouTube and Facebook. As soon as this live, as soon as I end it, you can watch the recording. If you are watching the recording, write SHIP, SHIP down below in the chat so that I know that you're watching. This one's going out to Michael with the bundle. Thank you, Michael. You got a bundle on Poshmark too, of actually like $100-something order on Poshmark. This one's $63. Thank you, Michael. Emo. Oh, hi, Dory. Hey, Dory. I was a little confused that you were saying hello again, Chemo, but now it all makes sense. Hope you're well, Dory. Did you ever make it to Missouri? Was I supposed to go to Missouri? I didn't. No. But was I supposed to? Did I say I was going to Missouri? I forget. Thanks, Michael. Nice bundle out the door. Next up is a pair of RLX. I told you this brand has been moving slower for me this year and for a little bit lower prices. I picked these up. I don't remember what I picked them up for, but I just bought these about a month ago. I bought, I think, 3 pairs of the same exact pant. It's a golf pant. It's like lightweight polyester wicking sort of thing. $59 plus buyer paid shipping on those of $8.95. The shipping is only $4.95 on this, going from Asheville to Marietta, Georgia. On pants, I just always use a flat rate of $8.95 shipping. So if this one came in pretty light, so it ended up only being $4.95, but I just use $8.95 for all pants. Unless I know they're lighter, I probably should have listed those ones for less shipping, but it is what it is. $5.95 shipping, or $4.95 shipping. USPS Ground Advantage. Let me know too if you're having delays with your shipping labels from USPS. I've been having a ton of issues. This is going to Iton, is that right? No, Jitin? I don't know how to say it. Thank you for your order either way. Chemo doesn't listen well. He's a male, of course not. What's up, Mazda John? In between posting new listings, I love it. Renee's over there hustling. Highlight of the weekend, 2 Posh offers for 50% off items that sold on eBay. I love that, John. I love that. You know the value, you know the sell-through rate. Just hang on tight. You know what they're worth. Get your money. Nice job, Mazda John. Love to hear that. And you can't just tell us that. You got to tell us what those items are too. You got to give us the details. I thought you said you were going on a trip there. Maybe I was wrong. Frenchie, I never thought I would say this, but you were wrong. Yeah, I haven't had any Missouri plans. I have one friend that lives in the suburbs of St. Louis. Well, Molly and Dahmer and their kids live there, but I don't have any plans to go visit them. I'd like to go visit them, but I don't have any plans to. Next up is for Gary with 2 R's. Got an Untuck It. Here's a flannel. Best offer, $22. Really nice pattern on this. Men's size medium Untuck It flannel. It's actually probably a pretty low price for a flannel Untuck It. $22 plus $5.95 shipping. It's going to Bellefonte, Ohio. The shipping label on this is going to be exactly $5.93. Almost exactly the price I charge. 2 cents difference. And this is going to Gary with 2 R's. We have 2 Gary orders today. The other one has 1 R. Had 2 buyers state their items were marked as delivered, but weren't. Luckily, the items arrived the next day. Nice, Jessica. You're in the green either way on those. If they're marked as delivered by the shipping carrier, then that's on them. Their job is to provide a safe place to receive their items, not you. So if something gets stolen off their front step, that's not your fault. That's on them. But I'm glad it all worked out. You probably already knew all that. Thanks, Gary. Nice little on-tucket flannel. Good to see the flannels moving out the door. Next up is another blazer. Here's a Hickey Freeman. I don't always pick up Hickey Freeman. In fact, I pass on most of these. I think you're going to see really quickly why I picked this one up. Well, there's a couple of really obvious reasons. So I'm always looking at 4 ingredients, so to speak, or 4 factors when I'm looking at blazers, if I'm going to pick them up or not. So number 1 is obviously the brand. We're looking at the brand. So I pick up some Hickey Freeman, but not all. Next, we're looking at the pattern. Look at that beautiful plaid pattern right there. Awesome. So that's a big +1. If we look at the size on this one, it is a 40. It's a 46L. So that's huge. And you're not going to be able to maybe see it, but you will now. Maybe 96% cashmere, which is a huge. That's a +2 right there to find the cashmere. So I just picked this up 3 weeks ago, about a little less than a month ago, 3.5 weeks ago, down in Florida. I just listed this past week. Coffee's ready. I just listed this past week, and it sold like, I don't know, 6-7 days. $40. I took a best offer on it. Cashmere 46L Hickey Freeman with that pattern. Easy pickup. I paid $10 for this, and it sold for $40. Cashmere is a giant +1, probably +2 most of the time. But I pass on most Hickey Freeman. I'll pick up big sizes and nice patterns, even if they're wool, but I won't pick up like really plain ones. I don't really pick up the smaller sizes. Todd Snyder turtleneck. Nice. And a First Light hunting jacket. I don't think I know that brand. First Light hunting jacket. Nice, man. Is that a Bolo First Light? I don't think I know that one. What's up? What's up? Welcome in. And thanks, John, for sharing those sales. I love hearing what's selling for y'all too. It's more fun when I hear from you too. So shipping label on this is going to be $8.57. It's going to Vegas. I ship a lot of blazers to Vegas, and if you think it through, it kind of makes sense, right? A lot of people in Vegas are, they work in formal places, formal restaurants, formal casinos. They're dealers like blackjack and cards, stuff like that is what I meant. Maybe they're bartenders or whatever, but they're wearing nicer things. A lot of hospitality where people are dressing up. So I ship a lot of blazers out there. So this one's going to Patrick in Vegas. I ship more blazers to Vegas than anywhere else easily. I don't even know what would be like number 2. So again, paid $10 for this. I just listed it at the beginning of last week, and it sold just probably 6 days. So $40 on this, plus the buyer paid $9.95. Shipping label $8.57, going from Asheville clear across the country to Vegas. Sold an Aurora heated black vest for best offer $60 this morning. Heated black vest, like it plugs in, it warms up. I never heard of Aurora. That's pretty cool. First Light is solid. Nice. Good to know. Good to know. Love hearing about your sales. Thanks, Jessica. That's cool. Coffee's ready. Let's go taste. Let me go grab a cup of this. The brand new. Just roasted on Thursday. Fall seasonal light roast. Let's go check it out. All right. Freshly roasted in our gator press. This is a nice like insulated French press. Super easy to use if you never brewed on a French press. It's a great way to elevate your coffee drinking experience. And I think this one right now, if you go through my links, if you go to chris@peak.com, go through the links, I'll have this link. I think it's like $26 right now. I paid $50 for it a little over like a year and a half ago. I think it's like $26 right now. Anyway, great. They're super easy to brew in. This coffee, it took 8 minutes to brew once the water was warm. Pour it in here with the beans. And then once 8 minutes is up, push that plunger down. You can do it for 5 minutes. You can do it for 4 minutes. It doesn't have to be 8. We just do 8. Actually, with light roast, I usually do it a little bit less, but that's another story for another time. Let's pour in some coffee into the meow mug. All right. I've already had my 2 cups of coffee today, so I probably won't pound this whole thing. I'll be going crazy. What's up, Xavier? So this is our fall seasonal light roast. It's from Honduras. It's fair trade. It's organic, and it's single origin. It comes from all the beans come from one small farm, a farm of Alfonso Nolasco in Honduras. I drink hot coffee black. I drink iced coffee with a little bit of oat milk. Okay. So it's nice and light. So right now we're drinking it at what we would call that. There's 3 temperatures that you would typically taste a coffee at, right? You would taste it at hot, warm, and cool, and you'll have different tasting notes at all 3 of those. This is very hot. It just finished brewing. So right now I'm not getting like a ton of the tasting notes. I'm getting a hint of vanilla right now, and it's just a very, very like light balanced cup right now. Hint of vanilla. This is just got to be like straight down the middle, just nice light roast, just a touch of vanilla. Kind of a nice creaminess to it too that is coming through. So we're going to let this sit for a little bit, maybe like 3-4 minutes, and then it's going to get into that warm category. And then at the warm, we're going to get a lot more tasting notes and different tasting notes once it gets warm. And same thing at the cool, we'll get even more flavors out of it as it cools down, and the notes will change. So I'll keep my eye on that, and we'll do it again in a couple minutes. Do you call it a hostile work environment when we work in the same dwelling as our spouse? Not when your spouse is brewing fresh coffee for you in the background. Not at all. That's pretty chill. Let me know if you have any questions about the coffee. If you want to check it out, go to chris@peak.com. You can see the link right there, or you can see the URL right there, or there's a link down below or above, depending on how you're watching. And you can go and check out the coffee, read about it, and all that stuff. But we're tasting it for the first time. This is my first sips of the fall seasonal light roast. The coffee literally showed up in Black Mountain, North Carolina at the roastery on Wednesday. And this is the first roast Thursday. I'm definitely getting some like aftertaste of vanilla that's coming through now too. I bet you will get a lot more vanilla as it cools down. Talk to HR. That's funny. Didn't usually ask, but my grandson has been ill and has to go have a CT scan done this afternoon. Please send prayers. He's only 4. Gosh, definitely sending prayers to your grandson, Tej. Boy, that's a lot for a young man to go through a CT scan. So hoping they get to the root of whatever's going on with him, and it sounds like he's in good hands. So sending positive vibes to you, to your grandson, and to your family, Tej. Yeah, that's a lot. Kimo and Dory are messaging here so we can confuse you today, Christopher Robin. Y'all are funny. I appreciate it. I think I missed a message there too. Sorry. Xavier, what price do you try and pick up used shoes if they sold? Comps range from 25 to 40. If they were going to sell for 25, I'm probably looking to pick them up at $6 or less. If they're going to sell for 40, I'm willing to spend up. I'm willing to spend like $15 for it. So the range of 25 to 40 would be, that's a pretty big range. I think you'd have to sort of tighten that. But yeah, you would have to decide like what price are you going to sell them at? If I'm going to sell them at 25, 6 or less, if I'm going to sell them as much as $40, I'll pay $15 for those shoes. Sell-through rate matters, Xavier, too. So that's part of the math. You only gave me the dollars. Any single item, when I'm comping it, making a decision, am I going to buy this item or am I not going to buy this item? I am looking at the average sale price. I'm also looking at the sell-through rate because that's going to determine my thoughts too. You didn't tell me the sell-through rate, so I kind of just gave you some rough numbers anyway, but sell-through rate matters there too. I want something that's going to sell reasonably fast so I can price at the top of the market or middle of the market anyway. What's up, Adam Gray? Appreciate all your Adam. Thanks for you've been like super active, like asking questions and liking and yeah, just commenting on content. I appreciate it, Adam. Thank you, man. I don't get to thank everybody for it, but I've just seen you doing a lot of that lately, and I appreciate it. It makes this a lot more fun when I know people are listening on the other end. So, Vineyard is in the house. I picked up a Ralph Lauren suit for $4. Is it best to list as a suit or separately? I can't think of a scenario where it'd be better to list them separately. I usually don't like to speak in absolutes, but I would say 99.99% of the time, yeah, you're probably going to list a suit together. They have a higher sell-through rate, suits do, than say a blazer. And suit pants can be slow movers too, especially like Ralph Lauren, like suit pants are just very, very common. So the whole suit is going to be your better bet. You'll get more money and you'll probably have a much higher sell-through rate on those. What's your sell-through rate minimum? I mean, I don't have one. I would say, I mean, I could see that Xavier, if I find something for $1 and the average sale price on that is say $70, but the sell-through rate is only 10%, I'm going to still pick it up, even though it's a really low sell-through rate, because I'm getting it for $1. I can price it at 50. I can literally be the cheapest one on the market. So then sell-through rate doesn't matter. All that matters is that item sells, and it has sold in the last 90 days. So if I'm the cheapest price, and again, I have good photos and describe the item well and have good keywords in my listing, then I could sell that thing at 50, probably in a heartbeat, even though the sell-through rate sucks. So yeah, I'm hesitant to give you a sell-through rate minimum because it just depends on how much you're buying it for and how much the market is for it. If you can price it at the bottom of the market and there is in fact sales, then you can probably sell that item pretty quickly. So that's why I won't give you like a flat minimum there. And that's kind of an extreme example, $1 into 75. But if I'm buying something for $5 and it could sell for 40, and that's the average sale price, I can price it at 30 and be the first sale out the door. I can probably sell it within a couple of days, right? Because I'm bottom of the market and I only paid $5 for it. So I can still make, 20 something dollars profit in no time at all. So even a low sell-through rate, like 10%, I'm still going to pick up that item. So hope that helps. The context always matters. Seasonality matters in that whole thing too, by the way, because you'll see sell-through rates. Right now, you might look at a sell-through rate of a puffer jacket and you could be like, man, the sell-through rate's only $20 for this puffer jacket. But guess what? You're looking at the last 90 days of sales. So the last 90 days of sales, people weren't really buying puffer jackets back in July, August, and now we're into September, But if you move forward the next 90 days, October, November, December, those are the best months for puffer jackets. You might see the sell-through rate that's currently showing you 20 historically for the 20% for the last 90 days. The next 90 days might be 80% on that same item because of that seasonal switch, which we're going through like literally right now. So you got to look at all that stuff. Let's get into some Poshmark orders. Actually, before that, let's get into this coffee. So now we tasted it at the first temperature, which is hot, which is like right after it was, I just poured it right out of the French press. And my tasting notes, they were creamy, very light hint of vanilla, and just like kind of smooth balance to light. We'll see now that it's in that warm temperature range where it's had a chance to cool down. I bet you we're going to get more tasting notes now. Yeah. Now I'm getting the caramel for sure. Like on the front of the tongue, I'm catching some of the caramel. So just like a slight natural sweetness to it. And then kind of vanilla at the finish and just kind of creamy throughout, like middle to end, I guess, is like a creamy finish. And definitely vanilla like aftertaste. Just light though, not like remember, these aren't flavored beans. This is just the natural flavor from the roasting process of the bean. So this is the flavor coming from the bean and from the roasting process. There's no added flavors. So all the flavors I'm describing are really, really subtle, like a real subtle caramel on the front of the tongue. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a lot of that caramel now that it's a little bit cooler. And then it finishes with that creaminess. And then later I'm getting the vanilla at the very end. Again, this is our fall seasonal light roast. It's from Honduras. It's fair trade organic, and it is single origin, which means all the beans are coming from one farm in Honduras, the farm of Alfonso Narasco. These beans just got delivered Wednesday to the roastery and were roasted for the first time Thursday. This is my first impressions, my first cup. I'm really digging this, actually. The vanilla aftertaste is it's subtle, but it's there and it's great. Yeah, that's great. It's actually a little bit more vanilla than I was anticipating. It's delicious. If you want to check it out, chrisatpeak.com. There's links above or below, depending on which platform you're watching on. If you want to check out the coffee and get you a bag of it, you'll be able to get the first batch. It's amazing. I'm really excited about this. We'll taste it again when it gets a little bit cooler, into that cool range, and we'll have different tasting notes. So 3 different tasting temperatures, 3 different tasting notes. Ooh, getting a lot of caramel in the front, nice vanilla on the finish. I love it. Let's dig into some Poshmark orders. How about it? First up is a pair of Page jeans. Page men's jeans do pretty well for me. I don't know that I've sold this model before. It's called Doheny Straight Fit. Men's size 34 by 34. I paid $5 at a thrift store. These sold for $29 on Poshmark. I just picked these up a month ago. I like picking up the Page men's jeans. I will pick up some women's too. These are going out to, man, that vanilla on the finish is really nice. These are going out to Eric. Thank you, Eric. These are going to Silver Spring, Maryland. Everything Poshmark ships USPS priority, so you can use the free USPS shipping supplies. I'm using the padded flat rate envelope, which you can use as part of Poshmark's contract with USPS. You can use the padded flat rate for any package on Poshmark. I don't trust the adhesive on these, so putting a little tape on there too. Typically, the padded flat rate envelope ships for $8.95 through eBay, but you have to use that specific shipping label. Poshmark, you can use all the flat rate stuff, which makes it easy because they usually have flat rate stuff at your local post offices. I order these online at USPS.com. Are Ralph Lauren button-ups automatic pickups for you if they are in good shape, or are you looking for specific things with Polo Ralph Lauren? Depends on your buy cost, Adam. For me, my local thrift stores, basically everything that's a shirt is $5 locally around here. So I am looking for bigger sizes and some nice patterns. I will pick up like plain ones if they're pink, because pink seems to sell pretty well for me. But yeah, I'm looking for patterns and typically bigger sizes. I shy away from smalls and mediums in those at $5. Now, if you're picking them up for $3 or $4, I might be a little bit more aggressive about picking up Polo Ralph Lauren. And I do pick up medium Polo Ralph Lauren if the pattern is just, delightful, right? See if I have an example for you. Cool. This is a good example of a pattern that I would pick this pattern up in a medium. So this is a Polo Ralph Lauren tag right there, modern tag, men's size extra large. But I would pick this up in a medium too. This sold for $18 on a best offer on Poshmark. This sold pretty quickly too. But that pattern, that nice plaid modern pattern, it's like in style right now. Just a classic look, but still like in style right now. People really like this. I would pick this up in a medium, right? So it kind of, there's no like hard and fast rules all the time. I usually say I don't pick up small and medium, but I would make an exception for this one. I actually bought and sold a medium in this just recently. So hope that helps. But so nothing's automatic. It depends on your price and the pattern and the size. What software are you using to determine sell-through rate? No additional software is needed. You just search on the eBay app. So you can be right there in the thrift store. You can look up that item. So I could look up Polo Ralph Lauren men's. I can look up Polo Ralph Lauren XL red plaid, right? And then I could see how many are currently listed. It might be 1,000 currently listed. There'll probably be 1,000. And then what I'll do is I'll look at how many. I'll filter it for sold. So filter sold, filter used. So used ones that sold over the last 90 days on eBay, and I'll look at how many sold. And if that number is 500, then I know it's a 50% sell-through rate for this item. So there is no extra software that needed to do it, and there is no sort of automatic number. You're going to have to do the math yourself. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you have a follow-up question to that. Possum Sauce Supplies LLC. Possum Sauce Supplies. You got to tell me you got to tell me what you're selling over there. Now I'm curious. Cool name. So we'll go ahead and ship this one. Polo Ralph Lauren. Sold on Poshmark, $18 best offer. I paid $5 for it at a thrift store. That one sold nice and quick because of the pattern and the size helped with that one. Good question. Adam's learning. I love it, Adam. You're going to take over the reselling world before you know it. This one's going out the door to Taylor. Thank you, Taylor. Everyone gets a handwritten thank you card, by the way, too, with a QR code inviting them to come back for more. This is going in a Tyvek envelope. They're free from USPS.com. It's a Tyvek priority envelope. All our Poshmark ship priority. Everybody's Poshmark ship priority. So you can use these free supplies from USPS.com, or you can pick them up from your local post office. Thanks, Taylor. $5.18. Nothing crazy there, but good quick sale. It fills up the cart. It makes us a little bit of money. Thanks. Books currently hustling in general as we grow, and someday making shirts. Right on. That's cool. I've always been fascinated with making shirts. We actually made some of our own shirts too. We got a few left in stock, like the Thrifting is My Cardio t-shirt. Had fun kind of making some of these. We got another one too. We don't talk about this stuff as much as we probably should, but get the fresh coffee is love, right? Coffee is life. You need that to get going, but fresh coffee, that's just a different level. So get that shirt going. Got the hoodie too. The Get a Real Job hoodie. This is fun. I like this part of the business is really fun. I should put more emphasis into it. Get a Real Job hoodie. We got some of these left. Limited sizes and all those left, but fun stuff. I've always talked about like having like a t-shirt business. Since I was like a teenager, I always talked about that. All right, next up, we got a Holderness and Bourne. These have slowed down for me. It's a really good seller. I've sold, probably sold somewhere in the vicinity of 60 or 70 of these since June. Holderness and Bourne, this sold for $55, which is kind of a little lower price than I typically get for these. $55 is a men's size large. Nice golf polo brand. Good one to look for. This one's brand new with tags. Retail on these is like 110 or 120. This Holderness is going out to... Got some other good golf brands coming your way here too in a minute if you hang tight. It's going to Steve. Steve's in Warren, Ohio. Warren, Ohio. They don't eat the dogs there in Warren. Thank you, Steve. This is a retail arbitrage pickup. $55 on the way out the door there. Next up is, let's get into golf in a second. Let's do this Land's End. I talk about Land's End a lot lately because I sell their wintertime stuff more. I don't just pick up shirts and stuff. So this is a Land's End women's size small. It's a puffer vest. So it's goose down puffer vest. Land's End, one of the things I love picking up is goose down. Jackets, vests, men's, women's, all sizes. They sell good for me, especially this time of year. So this vest sold on a best offer, $27. I paid $5 at a thrift store for this, and I just picked it up a month ago. So easy money right there. 5 into 27 on a puffer vest, even a women's size small, which isn't a great size. Still sold pretty quickly. It's that time of year. I got to look beyond the brand, y'all. I pass on 99.9% of Land's End. But some of their winter stuff can be really good. especially goose down, wool, jackets, like barn jackets. This one's going out to Diane. Vintage jackets that have vintage vibes, especially. Sometimes vintage jackets can just be old jackets, but if they got like a vintage look to them, a vintage style, that's what you're really looking for. So thank you, Diane. Sold a couple Lands' End pieces here in the last week or so. When you first start reselling, you're going to focus most of your time on the brand, which is fine. It's a good place to be. You learn the brand, and over time, you're going to start learning the better items from certain brands and the worse items, the ones that you want to gravitate towards and pick up, and the ones that you want to avoid. That'll come with time too. Start with the brand and then start looking beyond the brand. Lands' End right there. Don't pick up all the Lands' End. Lands' End Goose Down, though, I'd pick that up. What did Kim think about the coffee? Kim, did you try the light roast?
Not yet.
Do you want to?
Do you want me to right now?
Tej wants you to. Tej is the boss. Here. Bring a cup on in. What do we got next? Pair of polo, brand new tag polo jeans. Pick these up retail arbitrage. I got a bunch of these in this color. They've been selling slowly, but we're just really getting into jean season. Retail on these is $125. They sold for $59. I think I paid $30 for these, and they sold for $59. Again, multi-quantity listing. Look who it is. Fall seasonal light roast going down the hatch. So Kim's going to be tasting it at that first tasting temperature, that hot temperature. And then when she does, after she's done with her hot tasting, I'll do the cold temperature.
That's good.
Talk it out. What are you getting?
I don't know yet.
It's tough when it's hot. The flavors are more subtle.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's good. I'm just not quite sure how to describe it yet.
Right.
I don't know.
Try tasting mine. It's been sitting there. Now it's at that third temperature, the cool temperature. You should be able to get a lot more tasting notes out of that. Tej says hi, Kim. Frenchie sending love.
Hi. Cocoa?
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I gotta feel it out more. But cocoa comes to mind.
Okay.
Not like chocolate, but like cocoa.
Okay.
Like a little bit of a bitterness almost.
What
But
about
like cocoa powder.
what about aftertaste? Like right now?
Yeah. I'm still tasting cocoa.
Okay.
A lot of cocoa.
Okay. I haven't tasted it that cool yet, so let's try. So this is about that cool.
I suppose. Did they tell you what the tasting notes were supposed to be on that?
Yeah.
Am I close at all?
It's funny. I'm actually picking that up now too.
Am I close at all? Yeah, it's definitely cocoa.
Yeah. And you're right. It's not like it's
not like a chocolate bar or chocolate. It's
Right.
It's cocoa. I don't know how to explain it. It's
Right.
not like soup. It's not like having cocoa powder by itself, which is not good.
Right.
But I do taste cocoa. So I don't know.
yeah, like at the front especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still getting the caramel too, on the very tip of the tongue caramel.
Maybe I'm not quite getting that, but maybe when it's cold, that's something I would get.
And not I'm not getting the vanilla as much at the end.
Mm-mm.
So the tasting notes are vanilla, caramel, and creamy, and it's definitely creamy throughout.
Yeah.
I guess from middle to late, it's creamy. That's interesting. It's I'm getting the cocoa at the beginning too, but not a milk chocolate and not like a dark chocolate. It's just kind of like a cocoa.
Yeah.
It's almost like drinking a hot cocoa at the beginning. So that's at that cool tasting notes. Very different than what we tasted at the front end, like the hot, and very different than what we tasted at the warm, which is really fun about good coffee. If you did this with Folgers, you'd be like, it tastes like bitter water at all three temperatures. But when you're drinking a cup of coffee that's like this, it's fair trade, it's organic, it's single origin, right? It's not a mishmash of all different beans. It's literally one, like it's all off one harvest of one specific bean varietal. So it's going to have, you're going to be able to taste all that nuance. You wouldn't be able to pick that up if you were just drinking like Folgers or something. What's up, Carolyn? The coffee, no, we're just like regular people. I've never worked in a coffee shop. I don't have a background in coffee. We've just always really enjoyed coffee, and Dynamite's been our favorite roaster since we lived in Nashville the first time too. So we're not like these like special coffee people. We just started a coffee business because we enjoyed it and we were fans of it and we drink it every day. And now we're kind of getting more into it. I don't know. Maybe we're connoisseurs now at this point, but that's a delicious light roast. That's interesting. Well, hope that was fun for you too. It is really fun tasting different coffees and trying them out. And every season we get a new season, a new peak season light roast to try out. So I was excited to try that. Thanks for sharing that time with me. Let's ship some orders. How about it? So these Polo Ralph Lauren pants, we got to ship these. These are called the Varick Slim Straight, and these are like a hemp cotton blend. So these retail for $125. We sold them for $59. Customers basically getting them a little bit better than half off, right? Yeah, just over half off. Good deal for the customer. What?
Nothing.
Okay.
I wanted to say, after you've done some stuff, we'll go on a walk.
Okay. You don't get to see much of Kim on live, but you got to see her today. So I don't want to hear any complaining next week or whatever if you don't see her. You got her today. All right. Thank you, Katie. These are going to Baltimore, Maryland. Again, another padded flat rate. I just feel like the jeans fit nicely in a padded flat rate. Out the door. And next up is a bundle. Love these Poshmark bundles. Poshmark makes it so easy to get you a bundle of stuff. So we got a Jay Lindbergh. What else did they get? Hey, Cindy Coffee with my favorite last name. Are you still selling the gift boxes this winter season? We're on the fence right now. I haven't made a decision about the gift boxes. I got a couple things in mind. I might do a pre-order of them where people can pre-order and we just sell like whatever people pre-order is what we sell instead of just kind of having it rolling and like in stock. But we're thinking about it. Are you interested in and I'm not asking you to commit, Mr. French, but is that something that you would be, I know you bought some last year. Is that something that you'd be interested in bringing back as we're sort of making our decision if we're going to do it again? Because we have to get a lot of things in stock that we don't typically carry. So it becomes a little cumbersome, but if we do like a pre-order of it, then we can just wait until we get all the orders and then we can go and order what we need to order instead of trying to keep a bunch of stuff on hand. We're thinking about it though. So I'd love any feedback or thoughts you have or ways that it could be better. So Jay Lindbergh, this is a quarter. I bought this off Whatnot. This is from somebody called, her name is eBay Princess on Whatnot, somebody that I buy stuff from pretty regularly. She gets pallets of brand new tag stuff. And here's the brand right there. I bet you if you follow eBay Princess on Whatnot today, like if you go find her, I bet you sometime today or tomorrow you'll see her running Jay Lindbergh on Whatnot, brand new with tags. So I picked this up from her. I paid $40 for it. But I usually will go on there and I'll buy like 5, 6, 7, 8 Jay Lindbergh pieces from her. And then you get the combined shipping like $8.95 for those 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. And then I'll sell them on eBay Poshmark. So I get inventory that shows up at my front door. If you haven't joined Whatnot, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can check it out. Go to chris@peak.com. I have a link where if you join, you can join 100% for free. And if you join with that invite link that I have shared at chris@peak.com, you get $15 credit too. So you can walk in there and you can get this instead of paying $40 for it. You can get it for $15 off. What's that? $25 you could get this. I sold this in a bundle on Poshmark. So again, that's Whatnot. You can join it. You can join it for free and get a $15 credit. Link down below, chris@peak.com. This one sold in a bundle with a G4 shirt. Altogether, it was, how much was it? $120 for the bundle. So G4 golf polo, men's size large, J. Lindbergh, like sweater, quarter zip golf piece. So I think it's a Swedish, Finnish, Norwegian. It's one of those. I think it's Swedish brand. J. Lindbergh. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this in a box. It would probably fit nicely. One of these free USPS priority boxes. This one here is the box number 4, I believe it's called. Yeah, box 4. It's a 7 by 7 by 6. So in this case, these items are already weather protected, like moisture protected by these little clear poly bags. And then the box just gives them some rigid protection. But I wouldn't me personally, I don't put stuff in a box if it doesn't have some of this like weather protectant stuff, because moisture obviously can like soak right through a box or get through the cracks or whatever. So I know some of you don't use like the clear poly bags, but so I don't put that stuff straight into a box. I would put it into like one of these blue bags if you don't have like the clear ones. That's my opinion. This is going to William. Coffee box. No, are you planning to start nuts again? Yeah, I may. I'm working on some stuff, Teach. I don't have any like news, but working on it. I would like a Chris at Peak mug. Hold on. Stand by. How about something like that? Is that what you're thinking? Or something like that? Is that what you're thinking? I had these custom made by McAvoy Pottery, which is up in Burnsville, North Carolina, which is about an hour north of here. So a local artist that does a lot of like mugs and just kind of like glassware, I guess you'd call it. Always says on this thing. Pottery, I guess is what he calls his business. McAvoy Pottery. So anyway, these were custom made. I get a limited amount of these. I haven't made them available yet, but if anyone's interested, we can make them available. I just haven't got around to making them available yet. Handmade, local artists. Of course, you know I like to support local business, local artists. Just like the coffee is roasted locally. All right, that's going to William. And everything we sourced for our coffee box was all locally sourced too. That is important to me. It's going to William. Thank you, William. Let me know what you thought about the mug. What you think? I think they're awesome. Those are super nice. Those are freaking nice. Thanks, y'all. Aren't those cool? I had fun. I got a chance to go and meet the artist who made them and have a nice conversation. I toured around their little business and got to see a whole bunch of stuff that they had made and just kind of learn about the pottery business. It was really fun. That's what's cool about working with local businesses. Nothing wrong with Amazon. I like Amazon, but you're not going to get a chance to tour the facility and talk to the artist that made the stuff and kind of learn about their business and their background and how they got into that. That's really fun for me. I don't know if that's fun for you. I can make them available. I just haven't put them on the website. Maybe I'll do I should make them available. I should. I'd be interested when they go up. All right, I'll let y'all know. I'll work on it. Okay, I'll work on it, y'all. I'll work on it. I promise. I should have put them up. I don't know why I didn't. So many moving parts. Maybe I'll do like a little bundle deal. You get a bag of coffee and I don't know. I'll work something out. Appreciate the feedback, y'all. We'll get them going. Gary, we got an order for Gary. What did Gary get? So I was surprised that this actually sold so fast. We got an Orvis size small. I almost didn't pick it up, but I'm like, it's a nice pattern. This shirt screams fall. Men's size small. I paid $5 for it. It sold on Poshmark for $21, full asking price. This was listed for 24 hours and it sold Orvis size small. It's a country twill is the model. I just had I don't know. I was like reluctant about it. I had a feeling I don't pick up a lot of Orvis size small. I picked that one up and sold in 24 hours. I wouldn't expect that to happen all the time with Orvis. In fact, I listed another size Orvis small on Friday and it hasn't sold yet. So I got one sale anyway. This is going out to Vibahava. Thank you for your business. I appreciate it. Going out to Darien, Connecticut. I'll make them. I haven't made them available for you. I guess I just gotta take a photo and put them up on the website. I'll let y'all know. I'll send you a message. I owe you a message anyway. We got our last Poshmark order right after this. I got 2 Amazon FBM orders, and so we're getting to the end here. Thanks, y'all, for hanging out with me. If you're just jumping in, we're finishing up a total of, for the last 48 hours, a grand total of 24 orders, which is 9 eBay, which is a really slow eBay last couple of days, by the way. 9 eBay, 9 Posh. Usually eBay outsells Posh about 2 to 1 or close to 2 to 1 typically, but 9 to 9, 6 on Amazon too, but 2 of them are FBM. The other 4 are FBA, which means Amazon takes care of the shipping. And this is all in the last 48 hours since we shipped Saturday afternoon. Order for Gary, another G4 golf polo. This one sold for full asking price, $59. Retail arbitrage pickup. The retail on these is $120. I have sold well over 100 G4 golf polos since June. It was a good seller for me. This summer, they have slowed down, and the patterns that I have left are more of the basic stuff like stripes and stuff. The G4s that sell really well have like skulls and flowers. Just the unique stuff seems to sell really well for that brand. Thank you, Gary. It's going out to Littleton, Colorado, which is just south of Denver. I know Littleton well. I used to go to a Goodwill that was in Littleton. I never really had much luck at that Goodwill, but got a thief coming in the front door. Oh, thanks, Cindy. I'm glad those are helpful for you. Yeah, I try to give the details. Yeah, that's a cup. Have you ever made iced coffee? Have you ever made iced coffee with your coffee? Yeah, we make it every day. Every single day we make iced coffee with our coffee. In fact, I have a little bit of my second cup of iced coffee right here. A little bit of oat milk. This is the Kim. What was the coffee? What was the ice from this morning? Did you blend it or anything? What was the ice that I'm drinking from this morning?
Probably a dark roast I made yesterday.
All dark?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the dark roast that we did iced. Sometimes I'll blend the dark roast with a little bit of light roast to give it to kind of brighten it and make it interesting. I love the dark roast just straight up, but we mix it up. We drink coffee every day. Might as well have fun with it. And I think the dark roast makes a great iced coffee. And I sometimes will blend it with the light. All right, that one's out the door for Gary. Next up, we got these 2 Amazon orders. They're both Lee jeans. Lee's been a good seller for us on Amazon. Here's a pair of men's 42 by 32s. It's a boot cut. And then we got a women's, like a skinny jean, women's size 16. So let's get these packed up and out the door. All right. So this is going to Sife. Hope everyone's off to a good start to the week. Hope your sales for the weekend were good. New or used? New. Everything I sell on Amazon is new, personally. I love the dark roast mixed with the light roast. I got you hooked on that. I told you, Georgie. I told you. Now you're going to have to try the new. We just did a live tasting of the new light roast, the fall seasonal. Your last batch has the summer seasonal. Sorry, it didn't. The fall seasonal got delayed a little bit in its shipment from Honduras. So it just arrived on Wednesday. We had no idea when it was going to show up. We're kind of waiting. It showed up Wednesday, the beans, and then it got roasted on Thursday for the first time. So your last shipment, Travis, had the summer light roast, which is still delicious and ridiculously fresh and all that stuff. But you'll have to try the fall seasonal the next time. Very different cup of coffee. All right. The summer seasonal was from Bolivia. So 2 Amazon FBM orders going out the door, 6 total Amazons. The other were FBA, which means I don't got to do nothing. Which I like. For sure. What's up, T. Jordy? Got some videos going out today. Thank you so much. That wraps up our shipping. I am going to double check, actually, see if any orders came in while I was flapping my gums. Let's see what we got. Nothing on eBay. My notifications are all messed up on eBay. Is anyone else having issues with that? Like my notifications, they like don't go away. So I have to like click all the way in to see if they're actually really notifications. Like I can't get them to like go away. Like I'll have a counter offer that I already counter offered and it just like sits there. It doesn't go away. I don't know why. If anyone else is having that issue, let me know how to fix it because I can't figure it out. All right. Nothing on Poshmark and I don't think anything on Amazon. Nothing on Amazon either. Cool. What was your profit on the jeans? I don't know. Probably between 10 and probably close to $15 would be my guess on those. I don't have like as good of a tracking system on those, but typically I'm making like 10 to 18 on those would be like pretty average for me. I'm not sure about those exact two. They sold somewhere in the $40 range. Sorry, my Amazon just timed out and I'm not signed in, whatever. But I think that's typically what I'm making on those. Everyone, appreciate you hanging out. Really means a lot to me. It makes my day a lot more fun when I can do some do the nitty gritty of the business, do it with you. Thanks for tasting some coffee with me too and going through that. I know some of you are coffee fans. Some of you aren't and you hung in there either way. And I appreciate that. I'm a coffee fan, so I'm going to continue to share it with you all. And it seems like you enjoy it too. You can tell me to shut up about coffee too. I may or may not listen. I love coffee. If you want to check out the coffee, chris@peak.com. There's a link down below. The new fall seasonal light roast is out. We just tasted it live today. It is delicious. Tasting notes of caramel, little like nice creaminess throughout, but caramel and vanilla are the tasting notes. Caramel and vanilla. And then when it got cool, we tasted a little bit of cocoa in there too, which was interesting. Hope you have an awesome day. We'll see you again next week, Monday. Same time, same channel, although we were a little late today. We'll see you soon. See you next Monday. Peace. Have a great week. Bye.